The evil NHS nurse Lucy Letby has now been sentenced to life. Good. But the people around this scandal are still getting it away with everything, including the NHS bosses, including certain names that we've already talked about yesterday, a couple of days ago on this channel. But this one is another one. So we got Lucy Letby, obviously evil, arrested, sentenced, done. And she's not going to leave prison until she dies. But the head of NHS Trust in Chester, somehow, not only, this is Tony Chambers, not only he hasn't actually answered serious questions, for some reason, he left the role, he resigned, because of the scandal, right? Following that investigation. But straight afterwards, he was rewarded with a £1 million pension and new senior top roles in the NHS. Hang on. So what's the point of resigning, saying, well, I'm going to take responsibility, investigations going on, and I was the chief, I take it. You're going to go, you get your golden package, exit and everything else, right? And then you're going to get a job at a different place in the NHS. So nothing changed. And by the way, Chambers is just one person. You got all the others as well. They're that Harvey guy and many others who haven't actually answered any questions. They get retired, they get their pension, they change their jobs inside the NHS. But he is very, very sorry, Tony. Tony Chambers is very sorry. He said, I'm truly sorry for what all the families have gone through. The crimes that have been committed are appalling, and I am deeply saddened by what has come to light. The trial and the lengthy police investigation have shown the complex nature of the issues raised. I will cooperate fully and openly with any post-trial inquiry. Fair enough. Okay. What are we going to have? We're not going to have a statutory inquiry. There's not going to be a full legal investigation. There's going to be an independent inquiry. Yes, independent inquiry. That's not going to be able to use powers to force witnesses to come and provide evidence. So there's not going to be any point in this inquiry because it's not going to get anywhere. I mean, potentially, hopefully, but it's different to a statutory, actual legal inquiry that is backed by the Crown and the state. So a source told the Mail that Tony Chambers resigned following a vote of no confidence in him at an extraordinary meeting of the Medical Staff Committee, which included consultants. This is back in September 2018. Tony Chambers said that he had decided to step aside to allow the trust to focus on its future before going on to take up several short-term but lucrative NHS posts. So if there was a vote of no confidence in you, in anybody, any leadership role, that means there's no confidence in the NHS in this case. So why is it that after you leave, you get another job, many other jobs, with the same organization, the NHS? The whole thing is a gravy train. There's no scrutiny on this because it's so bureaucratic. It's a monster, the NHS, as a bureaucratic machine. Nobody knows who's in charge. You've got so many trusts, you've got so many mid-management, you've got divisional managers and everything else. Nobody knows who should be responsible for any of this. Now, he was appointed interim chief executive at Queen's and King George Hospitals in East London. His salary was £210,000 in 2020. That's double the size of the Prime Minister's salary. He then took up the same position at the Royal Cornwall Hospital's NHS Trust between August 2021 and January 2022, during which time he earned £100,000. After leaving the hospital, Tony Chambers held the interim position of Chief Executive at the Queen Victoria Hospital NHS Foundation Trust. This is in West Sussex. And over there, he earned the equivalent of a £200,000 salary before stepping down 2 months ago. Wow. That's a lot of jobs, well, in about a space of 3 years. And all of them massive, massive salaries. And each one of them linked to his pension fund. And his pension is now way above £1 million. Well done, Tony Chambers. Now, this whole Lucy Letby thing has gone completely chaotic because we got the confession, well, the so-called confession note that they found, I believe, at her house, that she actually said, I am evil, I did this. But then she tries to be a victim, saying, I feel very sad and alone, but I did this. So she was chaotic, but there was an assessment in terms of mental health, and she was clearly sane in terms of being conscious and being aware. And there were a lot of theories and rumors about why she did what she did. You know, the obsession about one of the doctors. She liked the drama. She liked the emergency chaos and everything else. But there was a trend. This was not unknown. There were people inside the ward and all around it that were suspicious at first for months, and then they raised these concerns, saying we can see what's going on. Somebody listened to us. They were silenced. We are where we are now. Anyway, at least she has actually received a proper sentence, but all they're going to come out to say is that we've learned the lessons. Yeah, the lessons have been learned. Let me know your thoughts. I'm Mahyar Tousi, and we are the media.